Hello there, everybody! Welcome back to TTBurger 88. I am TTBurger, also known as Tony, and welcome to my special yearly round E3 press conference discussions. And joining me with this is
Doctor Morbis.
Hello, Doctor Morbis. And today, as usual, like when I did in the past when I was on YouTube a while back, we would make multiple part videos on E3. But as usual, I'm only gonna watch the two main conferences, Microsoft and Sony. Sony will be uploaded. Well, Sony's press conference airs tomorrow at about 6 o'clock at the time of this recording. And just to be sure I don't miss anything here, I have notes here of what I saw during the press conference. I was a little late watching it, so I kind of ended watching late because I missed like about the first 20 minutes of it or so. But I'm gonna have Dr. Morbis start us off on his thoughts of the press conference. Take it away, Dr. Morbis.
Overall, I thought the press conference was alright. It showed a whole bunch of games. Whether or not they were actual exclusives or not was going to be determined, since they keep using the term launch exclusive. It just pretty much means most of these games that were shown is just going to be starting off on Xbox, but sometime later they're going to be on the other platforms.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm always more of the fan of the Sony conferences, but I gotta be honest here. Microsoft was a little better this year. Usually they always disappoint me with their Kinect stuff and such, but I feel like this year they really did a much better. They really did a better job. But I'm not gonna say what's better until I hear something I see Sony's. But there were some games that did interest me, but I'm not gonna. But this is no way, shape, or form that I'm ever gonna get the Xbox One or the. But first, they started off with talking about the new Xbox One console, the Xbox One X. It's smaller, more reliable, backwards compatible, can play Blu-ray games, and it also takes advantage of 4K, which they mentioned 4K a lot, and it is a small system, like I said. I mean, the first game they talked about was Forza Motorsport 7, and I've never been a fan of the Forza series, so I have no interest in playing Forza. They said there were going to be 42 games they're going to talk about, and there were 22 exclusives. They then talked about Metro Exodus, which I never played the Metro 2033.
The Metro games are pretty good. From what I've seen of that trailer, it looked pretty decent.
Yeah, I never played them before, so I really don't know what to say. But will I ever get Metro Exodus? I don't know. But of course it can't be a press Microsoft conference without talking about Assassin's Creed. Another Assassin's Creed game, which I'm really getting tired of all these Assassin's Creed games. Assassin's Creed should have died out a long time ago. I mean, I only had played. I mean, the first one will always be the best one in my opinion. I don't care what anyone says. They introduced this game called PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which.
But it's currently out on the PC, and it's a pretty alright game. But I don't know if I would play this on a console or not.
Well, you won't know and stuff. And Deep Rock Galactica,
I mean, it's out on PC right now. It's just, playing a shooter on a console like this is kind of eh.
Yeah. They State of Decay 2. I wasn't even aware of the first State of Decay, so I don't know anything. I'm not aware of that.
There was a lot of interesting base management and permadeath and stuff. I was a fan of the first one. It seemed kind of perked my interest.
Oh yeah, and the Darwin Project looked kind of interesting. I'm gonna admit, but if this game comes to the PS4, then yeah, I'll probably get it. And of course, Minecraft. I'm not interested in Minecraft, so moving on. And Dragon Ball FighterZ. When will the Dragon Ball series end? They've been making. I feel that no Dragon Ball game.
Was pretty good.
Well, yeah, but in my opinion, no Dragon Ball game will come near as good as Budokai 3. That will be or Burst Limit to be exact. But then again, I'm never really the biggest fan of Dragon Ball anyway. And Black Desert and Last Night and the Artful Escape. These I wasn't expecting any of these. I mean, but even the names sound kind of interesting and Code Vein. But I feel like that the most interesting thing had to be Sea of Thieves. This first-person pirate underwater game. Now, I was not expecting something like this. Now, this looks cool.
The game does look kind of interesting. You and a couple of people, manning a pirate ship, sailing the high seas, looking for shit. That's kind of interesting. It pretty much would be great for a couple of friends getting together and kind of role-playing.
Yeah. I mean, at first when I saw when you're piloting the ship, I was thinking to myself, I was thinking to myself, this is gonna be like the game Shipwreckers on the PlayStation 1, but I was wrong. I mean, this is nothing like Shipwreckers at all, and I don't know if Doctor Morbis has ever heard of that game, but I just thought I might spread it out there. And Tacoma, I don't really remember what Tacoma was all about, but so I really don't remember anything about Tacoma. But it looked like some kind. It looked similar to Sea of Thieves, actually, in my opinion, with a little bit of sci-fi feel to it. And then we get Super Lucky's Tales, which why can't it just be Conquer? The character looks just like Conquer. Why is it
it is not made by Rare, so they don't really have the IP.
Yeah,
well,
but
it was not made by Rare, but this is made by another company, or it looks like a alright kitty platformer in the same vein of Ukulele or Bandit. It looks fine.
Yeah, and then we have Cuphead, which I have heard of Cuphead, and Cuphead, it seems kind of funny. I just don't know why I haven't gotten into playing Cuphead. I don't know why I never.
You know, the first one looks pretty. It looked really like a really old play. Like it looked like a really old cartoon. That's what I liked about the first game. This is pretty much more the same. It's just they really try to stylize the original, like really old cartoon aesthetic, which I think pretty nailed it.
And Crackdown 3, I'm surprised they're actually making Crackdown 3 because what I heard, Crackdown Down 2 was a flop. I heard, but then again, I don't know if it was a flop, but this trailer looked like shit. Yeah, I mean, I did play the original Crackdown for a little bit, and it was fun at first, but when they introduced the keys of the city option, it was fun for a while, but then it just got boring I mean, I was never really a big fan of Crackdown compared to Infamous. Infamous beats the shit out of Crackdown any day. And who knows? Maybe since they made Crackdown 3, maybe we'll get another Infamous game. Who knows?
And the thing to know, they didn't show off any of the multiplayer destruction stuff. Because in the multiplayer, you and a couple of people can destroy the entire city. And with advanced destruction cloud technology thing that they've been talking about. But I don't know. I'm just wondering why they didn't show it here. And they showed off this crappy single-player campaign thing with Terry Crews, although I do enjoy Terry Crews that he's in the game, but, you know, I think they could edit that trio just a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like, it doesn't really look like it's going to be an interesting game, but I know trailers can be deceiving and stuff like that, but then again, it just reminds me of me all the way back to 2005 when they showcased Madden NFL 2006 for the 360, and it looked a lot different than the trailer was. It was one of the biggest scams in video game history. But I'm not gonna. But thankfully we didn't see many like crappy sport games like Madden and stuff. Thank God for that, right?
Oh, that's for your EA stuff.
Yeah, but some like Osiris looked cool. Raiders looked interesting. Path of Exile, I don't mind that. I mean, like, but Fable Fortune, give it up. When's Fable gonna be done? Fable was never interesting to me. It never will be interesting. So give it up. Observer.
Well, the first game was not that bad, but after that, it just kind of eh.
Yeah, I know. And Observer, what is there? I don't remember much about Observer and stuff like that, but so I really can't say. But Robocraft, I guess you can take that. But Dunk Lords, did not expect a basketball game like this. That's for sure. And there was also Riverbond, Conan Exiles, which I'm not sure is based off the Arnold Schwarzenegger character.
Currently, it's a PC title that's in early access.
Yeah, and Ashen. Do you remember? Do you know? Don't think about Ashen. No, I mean, yeah, Ashen. Do you know anything about that game?
No.
No, I don't remember either. But here's what something caught my eye. Life is Strange Before the Storm. I enjoyed the first Life is Strange. I beat it. I beat it in like a day. But the prequel does look interesting. But I heard it's only gonna be like 3 episodes, and they come out in August like that. But me, when it comes to stuff, I'd rather just wait until you can get the physical copy. I mean, like, there are some unanswered questions to the prequel here. I mean, sure, it's got a new character and stuff, but I don't know. But Shadow of Mordor, come on, give it up with Shadow of Mordor. We've already seen this. This game has already been out. Why
Shadow? This isn't the same game. This is the sequel.
Oh, I didn't. It just said Shadow of Mordor on the title. I could have been. What?
This is Shadow of War.
Oh, Shadow.
of War was his first game.
Oh, okay.
The second title.
Yeah, I have played Shadow of Mordor, and I was never. I didn't really care for like the settings like that. I'm not a fan of those Lord of the Ring like settings. I mean, Stage 1 about me like in Horizon Zero Dawn, that was kind of futuristic, but this is just like ancient. Like I'm not a fan of them. And I know it seems like we're kind of blowing stuff, but Ori, what'd you think of that game, Ori?
I thought I enjoyed the first game. You know, it had some issues, but you know, overall, I thought it was a really beautiful looking game.
This was another game I was never aware of. I mean, this shows this because I don't have an Xbox One, so I don't know anything about this. And Anthem, I thought Anthem looks amazing. If this game gets released on the PS4, this is gonna be a game I'm definitely going to buy.
Yeah, it's just just gave Microsoft the first right to show it off. It looks kind of cross-screen, looks like kind of Destiny, and like.
Yeah, I mean, I never
like
played.
You're flying around in this like Iron Man-esque stuff, and you know, for what they showed off, the graphics look really great. You know, because all this stuff's in 4K, just it might be all right.
Yeah, I mean, don't get it wrong. I mean, I don't mind anything about 4K, but I don't like when they're like shoving that in your face all the time. I mean, I get it. 4K is awesome, but you don't have to keep shoving 4K down our throats.
Damn console, but we'll get to the price in a little bit though. But don't worry.
Yeah, I don't even remember the price. Keep in mind, I kind of keep in mind, like I missed a part of it and I had to rewind all the way to the beginning, so yeah. But
the end really quickly, but let's just keep going.
Yeah. But like all in all, I gotta say that this was better than I thought. I mean like, of course the Xbox One X, it kinda makes you wonder if Sony's gonna talk about a new PS4 console tomorrow for their press conference.
No, not really. They have the PS4 Pro.
Well, they make something called PS4 Pro or something like that to compete. Cause you know, Microsoft and Sony are the ones who are always competing and stuff like that. And yeah, like I will like it, but like I'm actually surprised that there was no talk about Halo and stuff, because Halo was their prime.
Well, 343 Industries says they got really nothing to show this year, since they're still working on Halo 6. We'll probably see something next year.
Well, yeah, because like I was just surprised. Like, there's no mention of any like any Rockstar games or anything like that. Because usually Rockstar games are showcased in the Microsoft conferences as well. But like,
Rockstar has been in bed with Sony, so I think if they're going to show Red Dead Redemption, it's probably going to be at the Sony conference.
Yeah, it would be nice if they could like see, like, who knows, maybe they'll be talking about a Grand Theft Auto 6 or something coming out. Who knows?
I'm not really expecting any Grand Theft Auto 6 news, at least until maybe next year.
Maybe, but like, you were gonna talk about the price of the Xbox One X, weren't you?
$199 US.
That's not too bad.
This is kind of a lot, considering some of the games they showed didn't really feel like they leveraged it all that much. And the fact that you kind of need a 4K TV to even leverage any of this newer crap. They did say people with 1080p TVs do have some upscaling and stuff, but it's not really that big of a deal.
Well, yeah, that is a problem, because like, I'm not gonna go out and buy a 4K TV.
Or just a thing that you kind of need a 4K TV on. That's quite a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like what it is with the PS4 Pro. I mean, it's a small system, and I like that. But why should we have? But it's kind of stupid how you have to buy a new TV to experience the whole thing.
I think maybe in a year or so, but not this year though.
Yeah, 4K is just still new. You remember how it was when Blu-ray came out? Blu-ray was having problems. You don't want to get these systems right away. I mean, even though I did get my PS4 like right away, it didn't have any problems. But that was just luck, I guess. But then again, Sony took the time with this and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I could praise it for being small, but I don't like how I need a 4K TV to play it completely and stuff. I mean, like, I feel like I said, they're talking about 4K way too much. I mean, like, but then again, like, this wasn't a bad list of games. Some of them you either don't care about or weren't expecting, and some of them you just don't want, like another Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how many Assassin's Creed games there are now, but I'm just getting tired of it. And sure, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, that looks promising, but I don't know if it's even going to be anywhere near as good as Budokai 3 or Burst Limit. But then again, I was never really a big fan of Dragon Ball Z to begin with anyway, so yeah. But what is your final thoughts on the Microsoft press conference, Dr. Morbis?
I thought it was alright. They showed a bunch of games and stuff. I think that was what they wanted to do. There wasn't a lot of people talking at us, which was nice.
Maybe Sony
in the past they kind of ramble on and talking to us instead of showing games. It's just they showed games. That's what I wanted. So
yeah, I mean, thank God they thank God they didn't show any Kinect shit, because I think you say Kinect is pretty much dead. But I'm hoping Sony can do better, because I have hopes for Sony. They have never let me down before. I mean, sure, they may talk too much, but they have showed great games. Like, they showed the God of War last year, and like that Spider-Man game, and Days Gone, and Detroit Become Human. However, I know this wouldn't be happening, but I would like it if Sony could like show some of those JRPGs that are coming out, like Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash, or a new the Mega Dimension Neptunia V2R, which is for like virtual reality art like that. I mean, show stuff like that, but I doubt but then again, the only people who are into this America games like that, or just entertainment games, are people who like anime and stuff. So I doubt that the mainstream media is even gonna care for those. But that's just me.
I guess we'll find out.
But what would you rate this Microsoft press conference?
7.5 out of 10.
Probably. Well, I'm not really big into a lot of these games. I mean, it's nothing against Microsoft, but I'd probably have to give them a 6. I mean, better than last year, that's for sure. But still, like, it could have been better, because a lot of the games I'm probably not even going to buy. But that's just me, though. And that's pretty much it. Stay tuned stay tuned tomorrow. We will take a look at Sony's press conference. This is Tony aka TTBurger 8 and Doctor Morbis. Peace out. Have a great day, everybody.